Hey boys, welcome back to another NRL Supercoach video here, and as the title will suggest, this is going to be a brand new team with another league. So basically, I knew the first league would fill out, and I was always going to put another league, and you can put another league with the same team. I'm sure you can put like a few. I'm not sure the exact number, but you can create multiple leagues. But honestly, I thought, you know what? This is a good reason to actually make a second team. And I know back in the day when I was in like high school, when Supercoach basically first came out, like, you know, everyone's got 2 emails. Usually, most people surely have a couple of emails that they use. And I know back in the day, I always used to have two teams. I would, give myself the best odds, or just want to try something different or something like that. And I thought this is a great opportunity. The way this year is shaping up, there's so many options, and I'm like, you know what? Let's make a whole new team and a whole new league for people that didn't get into that first one. And I just want to say before I get into the team here, if you want to join the league, I'll put the code, and basically you go on the left side there, click leagues, join league, put the code in, and you can join. If the league fills up and you didn't get in, just put a message in the comment section, and I'll just create another one for one of these two teams, and then I'll reply to you with the code. I don't know, there'll be like 40 teams. I don't know if I'd get more than that, but if you do miss out, just put a comment in the video so I can just make another one, just create a new league. So yeah, let's get into the team. So the one other caveat to this is I pretty much, well, our dummy halves, it already sort of goes against what I was about to say, but I was going to say this team is basically going to be, it's got to be completely different players. I'm not going to choose any of the same players, barring a couple of potential cheapies. Like if there's a couple of, because there's so few cheapies, I might double up like on a couple of, like as you see Blake Brayley there. I'll have a look when team lists come out if I can change Brayley to someone else. If there's another cheap hooker that comes along, I'll change him out, because yeah, I want to do a whole new team. I don't want any of the same players. Otherwise, like what's the point? What's the point, dude? And that's the beauty of this year. There's so many. I feel like there's so many good options and so many different routes you can go. And originally I was thinking I'd go with Damien Cook. But at the moment, I've gone with Jake Friend. Honestly, I think Jake Friend, and I was very tempted in my initial team to go with Jake Friend over Api Coruscant, because he's obviously, was he like 70, 80,000 more, but he's still very underpriced for what Friend can do. I think even last year, with all the injuries and stuff, I think he averaged 55 for 2019. That's not too bad for the amount of, he had like some serious injuries. And I think for the start of the year, he was one of the top dummy halves. I think he was averaging like 60, 70. So I know a lot of people are writing Jake Friend off in the podcast shows on Supercoach, but honestly, Jake Friend, even if Sam Verrills gets the bench spot, which he probably will, because obviously Sam Verrills is a future star, and the Roosters obviously want to keep him and, you know, give him game time, get him NRL experience. So I would expect Jake Friend or Sam Verrills to be on the bench, but even still, I mean, Jake Friend is going to play big minutes, and I feel like he's, you know, I think he's gonna go well. So I've got Jake Friend, Blake Brayley, like I said. The front rowers, Marty Tapau and Sia Taukei'aho. And honestly, Marty Tapau, I've been like, I pretty much pick Marty Tapau every year. And he's usually always done a great job. Last year, he was a little bit underwhelming for me. I was a little bit disappointed, but honestly, I feel like the big reason I went to Power here at the moment, and again, I will say this, the team could change again. Basically, after Team List Tuesday, when we get the final squads, that'll be when I make my final teams. I probably won't make a video just because, I don't know, just in case people copy me or saying, I want to keep it a little bit of a surprise. But yeah, the big reason I've got Marty to Power, and just further on that team list stuff, it's mainly for cheapies. Like, a lot of the, a cheapie on the wing could pop up and you can chuck him in. That's the main reason for that. But the main reason I've got to Power is because Adam Fanua-Blake is out. Now, last year, it sort of worked like Adam Fanua-Blake was playing like 30, 35 minutes on the trot. To Power would go off for like 20 minutes, and then he would come back on. He would only play like 40, 45 minutes to Power, maybe 50. Adam Fanua-Blake was playing more like 60 minutes. So I feel like to Power his minutes were cut back from Fanua-Blake, because Fanua-Blake was just absolutely killing it. And with Fanua-Blake being out for 4 or 5 weeks, also a couple other injuries, to Power, I think he's going to stand up, and he's just a consistent player. So I've got him there. Takeaho, he's there for now. Again, Takeaho is an absolute gun. I know Robinson does like to rest him occasionally, but also the big thing here with Takeaho is he might be goal kicking, because Kyle Flanagan is pretty rubbish. He's absolutely awful in big games. Apparently he was a sharpshooter in like the lower grades, but even when he made his debut for the Sharks, he was atrocious. he missed so many goals, and then eventually he got the boot with the kicking. And then in the World Club Challenge, I didn't see the game, but he must have, Takeaho took over the goal kicking duties, because I think Flanagan must have missed the first few. So big news there if Takeaho takes over the kicking. He might not. I mean, for a front rower, it's obviously pretty tough to kick goals with the work rate. So I wouldn't be surprised if Flanagan does kick goals over Takeaho. But regardless, he is underpriced. At 537, Takeaho is underpriced. He's a better player than that, for sure, if he gets the minutes. So yeah, he's in the front row at the moment. Then we've got Jacob Saifidi as a cheapie there. Should bag a spot. Don't think he'll get a starting spot, but should be on the bench, I would imagine. And then Thomas Flegler. So Flegler, in my first team, I've got Patrick Carrigan, and it was originally out of Flegler and Carrigan who I was going to get, because Flegler he should be starting prop for Matt Lodge, and even when Offengowie comes back, there's, pretty big, well, not rumours, but, he could take the lock spot over Carrigan, and that means Flegler could stay at starting prop. So Flegler could be an absolute gold mine, basically. He could, he's not going to be like a gun or anything, but he could make some good cash for sure, starting in the prop area. So he's one of those guys around 300k. There's so many of them. So this is the other reason I wanted to do the second team. There's just so many different options. Now we move on to the back row, and this is where it gets. Well, obviously the whole team's different, but this is where it gets a little bit risky. I'm taking a few punts here with the back row at the minute. Also, as you can see, I do have 91,000 left over, so yeah, we can upgrade some players if I'm not feeling it. But Cameron Murray, honestly, I'm locking Cameron Murray in. Too risky for my first team, but honestly, him playing in the second row, he should play more minutes, and work rate, I think, just the way he plays, like, he probably still will be an absolute gun. So got Cameron Murray there. Viliami Kikau, he can do anything. If he stays fit, that's the one. Every dude, I don't know. I feel like I've talked about this before, but he's very similar to Sikamanu from the Storm. If you guys remember Sikamanu, he was an absolute beast. I loved Sikamanu. He was just an absolute monster, dude. But Sikamanu had so many like ankle and lower leg and knee injuries just because he was so hard to tackle every time he ran the ball. He would stay on his feet. He would be driving the tackle. He'd push through tacklers. And obviously there'd be players holding on and dragging him down and then players going to the legs. And so many times he would almost make a break and he would get up clutching at his ankle and leg. And Kikau is very similar. He's very, very similar in that sense. Like, he's dragging through players and, you know, it's what happens. The player's like holding on. He's trying to bring him down. Like, they just get tangled up in their legs and like ankles get rolled and all sorts. And I feel like Kikau, it just happens so much to him. So that's the only reason why I'm worried about Kikau. But if he plays, you know, if he plays a season sort of unaffected by injury, he's an absolute gun. So Kikau is there at the moment. Luciane Leilua, I've got in here. Only 434k. You know, if he gets that starting back row spot, which he should, I'd be pretty surprised if he doesn't. But if he does, his combination with Joey Leilua, it could be anything. I think there's a lot of upside with Leilua at the price. I think he's a bargain. So yeah, some definite upside in our back row. And then on the reserves, we got Joseph Tarpany, 362,000. Again, I was very tempted in my first team to go with Tarpany. Just such good value there if he actually plays the minutes he can. Like, he's got an offload, he's got a tackle break, he's got the work rate. It's just about minutes. Like, sometimes Ricky Stewart just screws over his minutes. I don't know why. He has had like quite a few injuries as well. So yeah, hopefully he can stay fit because, yeah, he's definitely, I mean, he's very underpriced at 362. And then we got Curran and Kalamatangi. Again, just two cheapies depending on team lists. We'll see who we slot in the second row there. Now we move on to the halves. So at the moment, I'm going to stick with Nathan Cleary in the first team. I was flip-flopping with Nathan Cleary and Moses. I did say I would stick with Moses, so it was just basically it was just a sure thing that I would go with Cleary in this team, and you know, we'll see who performs better. And then we got Billy Walters as a reserve at the moment. Again, pending what happens with the team for the Tigers, but Billy Walters, he is a quality player, and I mean, he's shown that in the nines and the trials, which is great to see. I love that he's getting some opportunities. I mean, he is Kevin Walters' son, nephew. He's his son, isn't he? I'm pretty sure. I know I've heard it like a million times now. I know he's related. I'm pretty sure it's his son, but so obviously, you know, it probably wasn't. He's probably had like a few more opportunities than maybe other players with the surname, but he's a quality kid. He's a quality player. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets that starting spot. Even if he doesn't, I don't know. I'd still be tempted because he's so cheap, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there with him and Josh Reynolds and potentially Harry Grant going to the Tigers still. I don't know if that's going to happen, but potentially. And then in the 5'8", we've gone with a punt here, and it's also to save a bit of money because, we were spending quite a bit, and I needed to downgrade, and I've gone with Anthony Milford. You know, this second team, like I said, it's a more of a risky side. What better player, Anthony Milford? Honestly, I wasn't really tempted in my first team, but the more I've been thinking about him, I have been tempted because he's now outside Brodie Croft, who I rate Brodie Croft highly, and he's a classic halfback. He controls the game, and he should just allow Milford to to hopefully get back to his running best, not having to control the game, do all the kicking. So I think Milford is a pretty good pickup. 476, and then we got AJ Brimson as our reserve, 5'8" at the moment. Again, that could change, but I'm pretty happy to punt on Brimson. 359k. He is an absolute live wire at the back, and I think that that's the thing. I think the Titans have points in them. I don't think the Titans are gonna. I mean, I don't know. They could sneak into the top 8, but they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna challenge. But they definitely they're a team with some points for sure. Defensively, I think they'll still struggle, but attacking wise, I think they got some points in them. So AJ Brimson at the back could be a beneficiary of that, and could be a good pickup. Now into the back line, we've gone. Yeah, I'm not too displeased with their back line at the minute. I've got Micah Sivo, Joey Leilua. I mean, I had to. We got Luciano. We had to go Joey. It was just a sure thing, and I actually think Joey Leilua at 465. I'm very happy with Joey. Yeah, I think he's a great pickup. I think regardless, Joey Leilua, he's not a lazy player. Like, I know he cops a lot of flack. I love him as a player. And he cops a lot of flack, but he's not a lazy player. Like, he's got good work rate. He takes tough runs. He's got the work rate to back it up, and then he's got the freakish just talent. So even if he's not like setting up tries and scoring tries every game, he's still got that good base. Like, he's a worker. Like, he's a tough play. He takes those tough runs. He did it at the Raiders. Him and Rapana always getting in, taking tough runs. And I think he'll do that at the Tigers again. So good pickup, Micah Sivo. This one, I'm pretty happy with Sivo. Potentially he's one guy I could downgrade to a cheaper, decent center wing, but Sivo was an absolute monster. He was good last year, and obviously he should be even better this year, learning the game still. And I think the Eels have a pretty good run to start the year, taking on the Bulldogs at Bank West first round, so I'm pretty keen on him. But he is one guy I could downgrade if I wanted to, strengthen up another position. Then we got Nick Kotrick, who I'm not keen on Kotrick, but they do play the Titans in round 1, which is very, very tempting. 364, like, he is underpriced for what he can do, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Team list Tuesday. We'll see if there's anyone that catches the eye. And then we've got Kurt Mann here at the moment. Again, it was a bit tough. It was actually tough to choose the center wing because, like I said, I didn't want to choose any of the same players in my starting side. And around the cheaper price, I already had Lomax and I think Callum Watkins and a couple other guys. And I was like, who the hell can I pick for cheap? there was like nobody to choose. And Kurt Mann, 280k, playing at 5'8". I'm not keen on him, but at the moment he's the best I could sort of sneak in. Like I said, I do have 90k, so I could get someone a little bit better potentially, but yeah, we'll wait and see on that one. And then the reserves here: Xavier Coates, Tyrell Fuimaono, and then Lalisiao. These three guys, I mean, Fuimaono probably will get a bench spot. Xavier Coates and Lalisiao, they're probably going to have to get changed to whoever's playing. I'm not too sure yet, but we'll keep a wait and see on those three guys there. And then the fullbacks we've gone obviously very different. We've got Kalen Ponga and Valentine Holmes. Basically, I did want to get Tedesco, but honestly, he's just too expensive. He's almost 800k. I couldn't squeeze him in without absolutely tearing up the team. It's it's just so tough to have Tedesco, and I mean, having Payne Haas in my first team also makes it tough, and if you have Damien Cook, it just you just weaken your team so badly with a couple of those real expensive guys. So yeah, I've gone a little bit cheaper, but also Kalen Ponga, Holmes, pretty keen on. I was and am tempted by Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, because a big one here is Origin time, right? If you look at the fullbacks, all the gun fullbacks, Tedesco, Ponga, Trebojevic, Holmes, they're all going to play Origin, you would expect. I mean, the only, I guess, maybe uncertain one is Holmes, but I'd be very shocked if Holmes doesn't get selected on the wing come Origin time. But the rest of them, they're shoo-ins. So pretty much the only guy in the fullback spot that is, unaffected is RTS, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. So I am tempted to maybe go RTS, but I feel like, I don't know, dude. It's tough because, I mean, Holmes is kicking goals. Ponga is probably kicking goals. They both got massive upside. RTS also has upside, but he doesn't kick goals. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with the team, though. So, yeah, I don't know. Well, again, like I said, my first team and this team, we'll wait till Team List Tuesday. See who's playing, see who's not playing, see who gets the starting roles, all that sort of good stuff. I'll make my final adjustments. I'm not gonna do a final team update. You guys will see it when I do like my review of the round. But yeah, also in the comments section, you'll already see it, but I'll have the code for you to join this league. But yeah, regardless, we've got just over 3 days till round 1. Hopefully you guys are as keen as I am. I'm sure you are. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying the Supercoach videos and any other videos you're watching. Make sure to like and comment, and I will see you guys in the next one.